Hello and welcome to the stream. Today we're returning to Factorio Mosaic, where we're almost ready to set up and launch a rocket. Before we set up all that stuff though, I want to just kind of show you what I did between the streams, which we talked about at the end of the last stream, but I want to make sure that everyone is up to date as of the end of the last stream. So I added, it's up here, I added this fourth crude oil field here. I also looked up what the percentage actually means. Or how you convert it to actual throughput of crude oil. Basically, this means, basically the way you calculate it is you divide that percentage by 10, and that's how many crude oil you should expect per second with the machines in, like the basic speed of the machine. If you put speed modules in, obviously, then you're boosting the output of those by some amount, by the speed module amount. But the base speed of the machine, the total field output here would be 468.4 oil per second. Hey, Phasian, welcome to the stream. So, on top of that, I also set up another oil refining here with cracking as well. Wait, why is that not cracking? Oh, because I didn't connect it. Doggone it. Hate when that happens. Oops. There we go. And there. Okay, the bots will go take care of that in a moment. In the meantime, we have no petroleum going out because we can't handle it. I redirected a couple of trains to, just 2 trains to this one. So there are 2 crude oil trains coming in here. And at the old oil refiner, I think there are 5. Yes, there are 5, which kind of coordinates well because there are 5 rows of 10, 50 refineries here, and there are 2 rows of 10, 20 refineries here, wherever it is. Here it is. What did I derp about? Oh, that stupid connection. Yeah, I know it. I hate that. Anyway, well, actually, we could probably do this too because I have that one there as a mistake. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, this is one short. I'm going to copy that. It doesn't fit. Well, we'll put it right there. Except for you. There we go. That'll work fine. Oh, that'll work out all right, just like that. You're connected. You're connected. Excellent. Okay. You need at least 17 here and at least 5 here in order to crack everything down. So they came and did that. Now everything's being cracked. Good thing I have 6 here because it's going to need to be a little bit faster than what we're producing. But now everything is working again and all should be good. And we should have... and so by doing that, in the interim, it has completely now... gotten plastic up to speed. We're actually not outputting enough plastic for what we can produce, which is kind of surprising and a bit good. What are you broken about? Oh, look at that. I screwed that one up. Let's take that out and put plastic petroleum in. Empty, and go there now instead. There we go. Okay, that helps. Now we can handle both trains. Oh, that was not full yet. Right. There we go. That'll help. So now we have plenty of petroleum coming in. I added another coal train because actually that was being starved out. So we now have 2 trains bringing coal in here. And that should help us with the consumption here, the production. Okay, good. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I went over to the mall. And I hooked up the blue circuits and that was batteries, and the blue circuit train, and the low density structures train here. So now we are bringing in those items. Although the blue circuits is a bit starved yet right now because it used a bunch of them to make all of this stuff up here. So now everything's being brought into the mall properly. We researched enough stuff that every machine in the mall is making what it's supposed to make. And that should be good. Hey, Groundbuster, welcome to the stream. Yep, afternoon, but I'll accept good morning. I added a few more machines to batteries, so they produce a little bit faster. May end up needing more of these just because of how many batteries we're consuming. Because there are... Why are they two different colors? That's weird. The mall one might be the wrong color. It is. It's the same color as blue circuits, I think. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, but if I'm going to be picky, I might as well be picky. There we go. Yeah, I think it was the same color as blue circuits. Okay, so we have everything coming into the mall. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I meant to handcraft 4, but I managed to handcraft 5 productivity module 3s. That's for the rocket. And I gathered up a bunch of speed module 1s, because that's really all we need for the rocket. Which we'll craft here momentarily, because I also gathered up all the materials for that. So basically, it's a vanilla plus base. There's a set of mods, but they're all QOL-ish mods. The short answer is I came up with this crazy design of a mosaic style grid here. It looks kind of like a quilted pattern or a mosaic tile pattern. Each item is, generally speaking, made in its own block. And then each small block here is solar, plus it also can serve as a roundabout, a turnaround, a U-turn, etc. And so then all the science kind of comes in around the labs here. Unfortunately, there was some uranium here, so I set up uranium processing here. Otherwise, this is probably where I would have put the rocket, just so that space science was close to the labs as well. But it works out fine this way, too. And so everything is kind of getting made. We started out over here with a small starter base, and then kind of just worked our way across, collecting resources as we went. The sort of plan going forward is not to end when I launch the rockets. Actually, this is kind of just the beginning. The next factory will make modules at a massive rate, and then the factory after that will make science at 1K science per minute, continuing to use this mosaic layout. I'm not planning on tearing up any of this stuff. It'll continue to work, continue to supply them all, continue to make its own science. But we're going to boost it by adding a whole nother factory out here. Okay, so that is that. This is where we plan on building the rocket. I want to get the materials that I saved up for the rocket out of here. I need to put a bunch of stuff in there temporarily, but I want to make sure that I don't put away stuff that the train's just going to turn, or the bots are just going to turn around and bring me. So things like yellow belts, these extras, I think, yeah, like these power poles can go out of the way. All the train tracks can go. Extras here. My car can go in there temporarily. Maybe some of these boxes. And then let's see what all I can hold. Can I hold everything? There we go. Look at that. I only had to actually get rid of the tracks. I can just dump those over here. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Thanks. Yeah, I was just fooling around with grid concepts, and I was thinking about doing just like a standard, square, lined up grid, and that's been done lots of times before. Kind of a normal, common, whatever you want to call it, concept. So I thought I would try something different, and this is what I came up with. I'm going to find the center point here, not that it matters a whole lot, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's craft that rocket silo. Take those off. That's 6 each direction. And then I'm just going to center this in the middle between these two roboports. And then we'll also build the satellite down here and its radar. So I came up with all these blueprints, at least in pieces before I started, and then we kind of refined them a little bit as the series went on. This is kind of my standard station shape. As you can see all over the map, there's a little bit differences here. Like this one only has 3. A lot of them only have 5. It just kind of depended on what was needed in the block. Okay, I think I heard it getting finished. Yes, I did. So there's one extra space here. So I probably will just defer it to the low point here. Maybe we'll go right there, I think. It's not going to be perfectly centered because it is pretty close. Actually, it's centered horizontally, but not vertically because of the shape. But that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect, just wanted to be kind of right. I am not requesting beacons. Let's request some beacons here. That's fine, because I want 12, but we'll go with it. Let's put these in here before I forget later. And then we'll set the beacons up around it once we do that. So, coming into this station, we need to bring fuel in, of course. We need to bring in all 3 of the products for here. And then we want to send out, what's it called? Rocket Space Science. So I'm going to delete all of this stuff. We don't need the 6th station on this side. So the only thing I didn't do that I think we talked about doing at the end of the last stream was I didn't switch over all of the stations to be based on uranium fuel, nuclear fuel. We're still just based on coal for the most part. Anything new I build, I'll probably build with nuclear fuel, but at this point, it's like this one, for example. But at this point, it's not really worth it to do that. Let's copy that station, paste it down, and I forgot to shift paste, so of course it got the wrong name. But we'll call this rocket silo fuel in. And then once the bots come and build that, that'll be good to go. Do I want to put these in order? Do I care what order they're in? I don't really care, but I also could put them in order. Rocket control units, low density structures, rocket fuel. Okay. So let's grab just like a standard unloading station. We could use this one, for example. Red belts, that's good. Actually, let's do... Ooh, look at that. There's some extra stuff there. Can't have that. Ooh, no. Okay, that might not fix it, but it's fine. Actually, I'm not going to grab that station because it's not the right station. It's going to be a different color. So the station just goes like this. And then I'm going to take these off because I don't know how this is going to work just yet. Okay, so rocket control units, they're getting made up here. Copy that train color, rather. Paste it on the station. We'll call this rocket, what did I call it? Rocket something? Rocket silo. Rocket control units, RCU, yeah, in. And then this one is rocket silo, LDS in. And then this one over here is rocket silo, rocket fuel in. Okay, and let's see. Low density structures. Got a train there. I can go to the mall and get a train to copy the color. There. Copy that, and then the rocket fuel. I believe there's been a train sitting at the rocket fuel manufactory forever. There is, because it has nowhere to go. Excellent. Copy that and paste it there. Okay, so let's see. These two have trains already that can come in. We just need a train for low-density structures. Copy. Nope. Low-density structures. Oh, right. That one is not there. There's one here, too. Copy the filter on the wagon here. Copy the train color. Put this in. Oops. And that. Okay, this has been built. So now I can bring in my fuel train. Add rocket. Fuel in. When it's either empty or has 2 seconds of inactivity. Let's see, it's gonna go here first, I think. And then crude oil. And then RCU. Yep, that'll be fine. And we need to put some power poles out. Here. Alrighty. And that'll give us the ability to bring all this stuff in. So let's send this one out to low density structures. Pull to rocket silo, low density structures in, empty, oops, and go. Thinking about how this is going to work, because the satellite requires rocket fuel and low density structures, those should both come out of the bottom because they're going to split and part of it's going to go to the satellite. But the rocket control units should probably come in or come out the top. Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Just to kind of balance everything out. I'm going to go this way because that train's small. Small quantity. Oh, we need a loading station here too. Let's grab one of those. And there we go. I'm going to put this in just so that stops blinking at me. Did I get my substations? Yes, I did. Okay. This is how I always kind of lay out my rocket. Put the substations around it in the corners. And then beacons. There they are. And I put one in the far corner. And then... Wait, there's more than... I have more than 12 now. I forgot. It's fine. I'll just have to get some more speed modules eventually. Take that. Remove that. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And I'll put down what I have. Is not much. That's 20, not 12. I was thinking the old one can only fit 12, I think, or maybe 14. This one can fit 20, and I figured I might as well do it, especially with only speed module 1s. Yeah. Okay, so... we can go ahead and check... Well, no, I'm not going to check that box just yet. So these will come out of the bottom here. They'll come over here somewhere, be split, and come half to the north and half to the south, where we're going to make the satellite and the radar. So, and this may not be where I'm making them, but this is at least a concept position here. And the radar. Nope, that's not a radar. That's a rocket silo. There we go. Okay, so other than those two items, this requires processing units, solar accumulators, and the radar. So that's 3 trains bringing in these 3 items, plus 2 trains bringing in these 2 items, because we can make the gears locally here as well. Plus a fuel train for this side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations coming in. We don't need to take anything out on this side because the satellite can just go up to the rocket directly. So we can just copy this fuel station here. And then do that. And once that gets built, actually we got to do this first. We'll call this satellite fuel in. And then I want to, actually I could have probably just grabbed it from here. That's the loading station. Here's an unloading station. So we need, I'm just counting here. I'm not necessarily making these those. Blue circuits. I forgot already. Something else I forgot already. Solar panels and accumulators. And iron. And green circuits. And again, I'm going to remove these here so they don't get built. Because I'm going to have to figure out which way I want to run all this stuff. I think it makes sense to maybe bring the green circuits and iron down. Maybe those should be these two over here. Because they're going to be the most easy to have extra long belts with. Bring them down, and really they could be halvesies, I think, because we only need every... Well, we're only going to launch a rocket every... What is it? Let me see if I can figure out the math on that. I'm not going to launch a rocket very often, every couple minutes. So really going halvesies on a belt here wouldn't be a big deal. So I think we should just set that up. Actually, first I should probably put the fuel belt in. This stuff here, rather. Let's do that first. That one, that one, that one, and that one. And not that, but that. Okay, so these two will be iron and or green circuits. And then I will just do something like this, I think. Okay. And since that lines up just incorrectly, I'm going to move these up to... There we go. And that'll be perfect. One of you, one of you. And I don't know how I'm going to position this just yet. I'll have to figure that out. And then, oh yeah, one of you. It's going to go there-ish. We need some power over here. My voice is really scratchy today for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, and then this can go... Look, it connects to like everything. Isn't that nice? Excuse me. Okay, so we need to have... And I can probably do... Let's see. We need 100... No, I'll do separate belts for those two... Those 3 items, rather. So other than what we have here, we need 5 belts coming in. And I would like for them to all be as close as possible, so like not using red inserters, you know, reaching 2 belts away. Let's think about how we can do that. Maybe I can just head them into like this, and then 2 like that. That might be the easiest method. If that's the case, then I actually want to reverse this. Stop. Maybe. Or I could even do something different here and center it. Kind of. We could make it a little bit off center, I suppose. Like this. And then bring these two up and around this way. You'll go that way. You could be one closer. That might be beneficial. Well, I guess that stays there no matter what. That one goes there. There. And these two can go something like this. Something like that. You know what? Actually, it might be better. No, it doesn't matter. To terminate a belt in directly or on the side, it doesn't matter. There, and there. 1, 2 of those. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, we should probably summon these other trains in here. I did not do that yet. Rocket control units. You'll go from RCU. Fill full. To rocket. Silo RCU in. D and go. Let's see. Rocket fuel's over here. Go to rocket silo, rocket fuel in. Still empty. And you're already moving because you're on automatic. Fancy. Okay. I'll figure out how I'm going to split those and bring them in a little while. Yeah, there's a demand for these things. I'm gonna have to bring these in manually, so let me, do I have it in there? No, I do not have it in there. Let's add in item request slots here. There we go. I'll go fetch a few more of these eventually. When I say a few, I mean a lot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 more. Okay. So do I care which one of these is which one of these? I don't think so. Blue circuits, solar panels, and accumulators all take the same amount. So we can just start here with the blue circuit train. Oops. Paste the color. Call this satellite blue circuits in. Did spell satellite correctly before, didn't I? Yes, it did. Excellent. And then maybe solar here. Doesn't really matter. Or accumulators maybe first. I don't know. Copy that. Paste. Satellite. Accumulators in. Solar down here. Oops. Did it wrong. That's okay. Satellite solar in. As long as it doesn't have any trains targeting here, we're fine. And then this one can be either iron or green circuits. It doesn't really matter. I guess I can just make it green circuits. Yeah, I have probably a green circuit train here. Yep. Satellite. Green circuits in. And then iron, finally. Oh, I didn't bring the fuel train over here. Who might have... I'll just go to them all. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Satellite. Iron in. Okay, the fuel train. Add in satellite. Fuel in. Oops. Empty. 2 seconds of inactivity. And Location, location, location. It doesn't really matter which way I put these, but I guess I can put this one first. And that's just going to be some time before those are made. Although I would really like to have it here. So why don't you just come this way, where you can unload onto the belt here and I can fuel the trains that I build as I build them. Okay, train. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Train cars. Find an iron train at the mall, for example. Copy the car filter, wagon filters. And a green circuit train. Same thing. Okay, so you can go to iron 2, I think probably is best. The full. And satellite. Iron in, empty. Beat it. You can go to green circuit 2. Full. Satellite. Circuits in. Empty. Yamule. Okay. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Oh, no, wait. I don't need to do those. Pick those up. Those are already sitting down there waiting for me. This one's going to be the tough one to do. Because blue circuits is so slow. I mean, we already have a bunch of trains waiting here for them. We may just have to overproduce blue circuits. Problem is, then we have to overproduce red circuits and green circuits. Okay, so this goes from blue circuits. Full to satellite. Blue circuits in. Empty. Gauge. Okay, the iron train made it. I'm going to drop off these. I'm going to get out of the way. And then we can come down here. Pick up this train. Go from solar. To satellite solar in. On its way. Then we can go from this train and accumulators to satellite in, empty, and you can come as well. Alright, those should be coming in momentarily. We also have a full-ish supply of items here. I'll connect that in a little while. You can go like this. One there and one there. Then one there. Nope, not you. Oh, right, I only need 2 here. Okay, this goes like this. Like that. Alright, let's think about and plan this a little bit. I've done this a couple of different ways in the past. I think taking advantage of this gap to where I can say, come in. Actually, this may be the science out. Something like that. And then stack inserters here. And then have the rocket control units come in this way. That's not going to work, though. Maybe we'll just do it like this. Yeah, let's make them all the same either way. No, actually, the science one should be different. Because we want it on both sides of the belt, because we want it to get out of here faster. Let's copy this here. to there. And to there. Okay. So that's 3 items in, plus the satellite, which I will just bring in on just underneath and to a straight like this into an inserter. Because we're... Actually, can just be a blue inserter. Because we're not going to need very many of these. Anyway. That closer. So maybe I should... What did I do here? Build that backwards? Actually, that's not a bad idea. I don't know where the solar train went. Did I mess that station up? Yes, I did. Empty. Come back here. Turn, turn, turn. Okay. I think I'm going to move this bit here slightly so that I can line it up like this. That way this is only on one side of the belt and it can go straight in. Needs to move over here, obviously. Oh well, I think I picked up a radar, but who cares? They're cheap. All right, so let's split one like there. No, wait, we'll go this way further. Yeah, let's see. If I put a belt in here for one of them. That'll handle this one. Oops. Except that I can't draw straight lines. And we'll put a splitter in here for this one. Something like this. My dog is losing her mind right now. But I don't think you guys can hear that. She's in the other room. I think we can just let that go. Go. This can go like this. And then I can come back around. Oops. One can go somewhere across here. Risky business. Here. I always like to give that one extra space there for where the signal goes and such. Not that I need it on this end, but just in case. Alright, that is that. Now, of course, we need a power pole in here, and I think I will just do one like this. And that should be fine. Oh, I need to reverse these again. There you go. These should honestly be very limited chests. Didn't I also do only 2 chests on these? I did. I think that should do the same here. So let's take out a couple of inserters here. And limit how much of this can actually get used. And then once those drain out, then I'll remove those chests. I can't remember if I limited supply in the chests as well. But if I only have 2 chests, I think I'm okay with that. No, maybe I'm not. Let's limit it to 1. Except that I screwed up. 1 row. There we go. Okay. Those will just drain out over time. all you're waiting for is, of course, blue circuits. How poorly is that working? White. Why is it going so poorly? Hey Lana, welcome to the stream. Yeah, she's in the living room. She's chasing around, I don't know what toy. Stomping around, jumping around. Blue circuits is just such a slow process. I think it might be beneficial, perhaps, to double it. The problem there would be, would what I'm bringing in here be enough? Enough green circuits specifically, because we have 40 here. You look at what Kirk McDonald says about 40 factories. That's 3 blue circuits per second. And that requires 72 green circuits per second. Which it really doesn't feel like it's using, but we're bringing in, let's call it 30, 60, 90, 120. So we couldn't quite double it with what we have, but we could do like 60. We could go half again more. That might help the situation. The other option is to just say, get out of here. You bother me, kid. Who are you? Good. That's the one I want. Because it's not like we're going to need a lot of blue circuits here at this. Actually, you know what? Let's do this as well. Let's see. This needs to go... Nope, that's right. Like that? Yep, that's right. And then this one goes out. That's probably better for this process anyway. And actually that looks kind of dumbly, so let's do this instead. That still looks dumb. That looks better. Okay. Why don't you come here and bring them so that we can actually do something this time? So, let's see. We have more than negated the slowdown, which is all I'm horribly concerned about, because we're ready to go otherwise here. We have easily researched the rocket, or ready to launch the rocket. This should probably be no. Well, it will be a stack inserter for right now. How about that? Okay, now it can be not a stack inserter because, yeah. And there goes the satellite. And it's time. Everybody paying attention? Oh wait, before we do that. Do this. Okay. That was just to give you guys a couple extra seconds to pay attention. And now she's barking at nothing. Excellent. All right, it's ready to launch. There it goes. Okay. Well, that's not the end. Oh, look, I killed 4 things that I shouldn't have killed. There you go. There's your count. Hey, Aris, you made it just in time. for the first rocket launch. So let's set up, you know what I should have done a long time ago? Well, not a long time ago, but I should have done some more, set up some more of this research. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Just so that we can handle the researching. This is white science, so it becomes a white station. The rocket silo, is that what I called it? I forgot already. Rocket. Perfect timing. Base science. Yes, I know the rest of them are all based on their colors, but I'm me. What are you gonna do? Okay, and then here we need one of these and one of those. Copy that. I think the train for science was just, I'm gonna look at what this one says. Yeah, only half of the train. Oops, that's not what I wanted either. I think I can do it like this now. Yep, can do it like that now. Thank you. Autosave. Alright, and we have 500 in each. Perfect. So now I think I can just check this box and auto-launch it. So we should be launching enough rockets once everything kind of stabilizes in the base here. I mean, blue circuits is still an issue, so we should go over there and fiddle with those a little bit. But we should stabilize with launching enough rockets to get 1.5 space science per second, which means 1.5 goes into 1,000. I don't know how many times. The perfect number, especially if a specific person happens to be watching, 666.67 seconds, which is just over 11 minutes. So that's our current, should be our current kind of target rocket launch time. At first here, it's going to be a little bit faster because we have stuff that's stocked up, like rocket control units and whatnot. But then once we kind of stabilize, that'll be it. So that is that. Are you still working? Good. Working really well. Okay, let's go now. Oh, I guess I should set this train schedule. Let's go rocket, silo, base science, full, 2, which I didn't name the lab station yet. I did not. I knew I was on the ball. Oops. Come over here. Here. Lab. Space science. Labs. Space science. Empty. A little bit. Wait, did I limit the chest? Oh, these stack to 1,000. The other one's stacked to 200. So that means that instead of 2 full rows, which is 20, I only want 4 stacks. Because it's, yeah, that's 4,000. So I think that makes more sense. It's just doing that small of a, or that much of a limit on that train. Okay, so this is a bit full over here. Ooh, that would have been bad. Excuse me. So I would need to change this around a little bit, but I think if we did 20 machines, I think is what we came out with. Yeah, I think right there. We should be able to handle it. See if I can I pull off 24? Actually, yes I can. Can I pull off 28? Not quite. So let's go with 24 instead. That'll produce 4.8 blue circuits a second instead of the 3 we're producing now, which should help quite a bit. And it will consume 115.2 green circuits per second, which is just short of 4 red belts. That's kind of a perfect number. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy that. And you go there. Build, 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 build. Everything I've got. And then we need to do one of these here, and one of those there, and there. Okay, so now the challenge comes, how do I want to reconfigure this so that I make sure that I'm getting everything out and using it in a somewhat balanced manner? If we go, you know what? Do I want to do this? I think I do. Actually, I think I wanted to make this be 32 and actually cut off some of the ones here on the end. Make them be equal. I think it'll be easier on the base. Let's cut these off here. There, there, and there. Let them run out a bit. And then I'll add that much on to the end over here. I think that's better, to have be two equally lengthed. That's not even really a word. Arrays instead of irregular. So that means 2 full belts will go to each array, which will make life easier, I think. I'm waiting. Actually, I don't need to wait. Let's just go over here. So I'm going to cut these belts all off. I think here. And here. And reconfigure this. There we go. So those 2 belts will supply this entire array. And these 2 belts will supply this entire array. So let's do this. Connect up this stuff like that. What is your job? Oh, I know what your job was. There we go. Hello. Actually, that could stay there. And then we'll do another one here that'll go this way and supply these 2 half belts. Okay, so I can reconnect that. I think what I'll do here instead is I'll split this one and just go like that. And then this one, whoa, nope, 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 nope. Oh well, doggone it. This ought to be different, actually, so reconnecting it was not a good plan. Don't run me over, guys. Don't run me over. Actually, red circuits is a bit of a problem still here, apparently. Two. Okay. Okay, so I think maybe the easiest thing to do here would be to put a splitter there, take it in like that from the red circuit. So actually it's not much different. It's actually exactly what it used to be. Almost exactly. And then this can go here, and then turn here, something like that. And then I just want to back this up a little bit. Even just one should be enough to go this way and that way. Red circuits, green circuits. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Let's go connectify these again. There you go. And that'll get that half working. Oops. Again. No. That's craziness. That's not what I wanted. Oh, well, no. This is what I wanted here. I'll drain that belt into that way, but... ish. Ah! Dang it. There we go. That's what I wanted to happen. And then this belt fills just like that. Okay. Now, this one needs to be here. One there. One here, one here. Okay, so red circuits. If I want to be kind of consistent here, need to come in here and split, and then go like this. Green circuits coming in on that side, and then like this with green circuits coming in on this side. And this will be just green circuits with the split here, like that. And then this will be green circuits with the split there, like that. I think I'm going to put this a bit closer. Oh, I can only go a little bit closer. Yeah, I think I'll just go there. Okay, and then this can come through here, connect like this. That should fill those half belts. Excellent. And then this one can go this way. There. And this one can go... oops. To there. Anything else that I want to have priority on? Let's see. Military. All right, let's just do them all then. After the braking force. Okay. Fortunately, there's no red circuits left. Again. That can go there. And then it can go here. Oops. Here. Jeez. There. And we'll call that good. Wheat. So what's going on with red circuits? You're still backed up over there? Loading slowly. Loading very slowly. And they're all running full tilt. We have quite a bit of plastic in here, so it's not like plastic was an issue and just started back up. I don't think. We don't have any plastic trains actually even waiting. This one's getting filled. We have the limits there, so they can't pull in until they have enough supply to stack them up. We have petroleum waiting. We have coal waiting. So that's not the problem. It's just a throughput on the red circuits here. This should be enough red circuits for the whole base. We only need 20 per second, and we should be getting, I think we did the math, almost 30 per second, like 24 or something. Be 224 divided by 7 times 6 to get the number of machines that are red circuit machines. Yeah, we're making 192, which is 24 per second. So we're producing a little bit more than we need to. In order to produce more here, would probably need to go to... How much can I fit in? Can I fit another array in? Not with the power pole. But the power pole's not necessary. And the signals would have to get undergrounded as well. I mean, I could make this a little bit bigger. At some point, we're going to hit a threshold, though. Instead of 192, we could potentially half again that. But we're going to hit a threshold of other materials at that point. Yeah, we're kind of near our limit on everything coming in reasonably. I mean, green circuits is just... Well, that might be fixable. Ooh, that might be part of the problem. Let me set up another green circuit train. I need to remember to do this more often, which is to blueprint the train. I think I have some coal here. I do not have any coal. How do I not have coal? Oh, I put it in there. Yes, I did. Okay, good. Okay, so you can go green circuits 2 to red circuits, circuits in, beat it. But yeah, it looks like green circuits definitely was at least part of the problem. Because they're not full belts coming in. And they are all running at least, but if and when it got to the point where it was starved out, that could be a problem. The other option is obviously to make another red circuit array. But we have to make sure we have the plastic for that first. And I don't know that we do. Well, these are both green. Then we might. We probably do. We might actually be finally producing enough petroleum gas. That would be pretty surprising. Okay, you're empty. You're not. Why are you not empty? Is it just because of all this processing I did? Yeah, probably. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, in reality, there should have been an 18th one made to handle that overstock. There's not enough room to put one in there. I should have probably done it in 2 columns. Still at 2 satellites. Oh, that's because of blue circuits. Yes. That's the one that's still waiting. Is one of those that's still waiting to even pull in. Hmm. Wait a minute. Why are you backed up? Just that much loading? Wow. This is loading 6 trains. How much is this one loading? 7 trains. Okay, well, that's not a problem. This iron could end up being a problem. Although this one's 7, include the mall, so that's a little bit slower. These are 8,000, 16,000 trains? Yeah. Okay. Part of the red circuit issue could potentially just be the size of the capacity of the train. Oh, it just finished and sent it on. I think these are also stacked at 200, right? Yeah. Maybe that's just too large of a capacity for the train. So it's not that it's... There's not any trains waiting here. It's just that they're not cycling through fast enough. It might be worthwhile to limit the trains to a 100. Or to 2 rows. Circuits, blue science. I guess I gotta do it this way, don't I? Blue science. Electric furnaces. Mall. Mall's here. Electric furnaces is way over here. Productivity modules. And who else was it? RCU and robots. Yeah, that one definitely doesn't need a lot. But now that it's just sitting there, it's just sitting there. CU. That one must be... Could be the one that I'm looking at, I suppose. Yeah. Circuits. I think I did the blue circuits one because that's where I'm standing. Yes, I did. When I started from. Okay. That might be enough to stabilize it. Stabilize the red circuits anyway. Blue circuits is still a problem. I mean, now we're talking about 8,000 units in a train? No, 4,000 in a train. Did I half these ones? I did half these ones. I think that's a good idea. Have all of these be 3, 4. Yeah, they're all sitting here waiting. Have all of these be half trains, just because of blue circuits aren't used in a super high volume, and yeah. So yes, we'll get up to 4,000. Let's see how this kind of stabilizes. You're going to go to the yellow science. Hopefully the satellite won't be too far behind here. I don't know what order these are all in the queue. That's where something like the spiral parking lots would be useful, because then they'd all be FIFO. We wouldn't have to worry about, okay, well, which one's next? We'd know which one's next. So let's talk about the next base. Oh, I just saw something I could do here to make this slightly less insane looking. But let's talk about the next base. The next base here is going to be making modules. Making a massive amount of modules, relatively speaking. And part of the point of this base that I've been working on now for however long it's been, 18 episodes I think this is to figure out some of these behaviors on some of these trains and see if we can find ways to work around them. Now of course in the third, well, or fourth, depending on if you count the starter base as a base or not, in the final base in this factory, we're going to be moving a lot more product. So we won't have as many of these types of issues as we have here. But we'll still have some of them. But in the next base, the massive modules base, we're going to be making... Let me grab my numbers. I should have pulled this up. Here. There. We're going to be making just over one speed module 3 every 2 seconds. And we're going to be making just over one productivity module 3 every 4 seconds. So if you do the math on items per hour on that, you're looking at almost 4,000 productivity modules per hour and something like 7,500, almost 8,000 speed modules per hour. It's a lot of modules. Now it's going to take us a while to get to that point, but we'll get there. And when we do get there, we'll need it, because we'll need it to make a fully moduled, fully beaconed final factory for this base that's producing 1K science per minute, if it works out. So this is going just about ready to finish. That'll go off to yellow science and take care of that for a while, and we'll see who pulls in next. And then we can go and start to lay out. Probably here now, barking. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So you are now RCU. Yeah, so it's going to take a while before we get back to satellite launching. So we could start laying out kind of what I want to do with this factory and try and figure out exactly what, exactly how many of these blocks we're going to need and how to position them. I wanted to do this factory down here in this almost completely empty area. And then the final factory for this base will kind of take up this area here somewhere. It really won't be that much bigger than this one, because each block will be a little bit more dense, or a lot more dense in some cases. It really just depends on the number of products coming in and out in order to figure out how many blocks we need for each product and whatnot. But let's look at this one. Something finished science-wise. And I was looking at, I did some calculations, and I was looking at what we need to accomplish as many speed modules and productivity modules as we're talking about. So first off, all of these can be made in the same factory, or in the same block, I should say. We're not exporting anything here. We're only going to be importing in circuits, so there's no reason why we can't make them all in the same factory. But we need to figure out exactly how many circuits we want to import. Because of the large number of blue circuits, and when I say all in the same factory, I mean all 3 tiers of both, all in the same factory. So we'll need to import all 3 kinds of circuits here, but it'll just be a direct insert or onto a belt, off of a belt within the same block to go from each tier to the next one. So kind of thinking about this, in order to produce the, and it's going to be a fully beaconed, fully moduled factory eventually. To start out with, it's not going to be, just because it's, we don't have the modules yet. We're making the modules, but as we're making the modules, it'll boost the production of the factory and output everything we need. And then output it even faster and more efficiently, more productively. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So in order to produce that number of modules, we need what ends up being just over a half a blue belt, which, by the way, we're going to convert over to blue belts in this factory. Just over a half a blue belt of blue circuits. In order to make that many blue belts, we're going to have to split that into 2 separate arrays, and then bring them both into this single factory. And the reason for that is the amount of green circuits. It's in order to make those blue circuits alone, we need just over 8 blue belts of green circuits, and directly. Like, that's not even the ones that go into the red circuits. That's just directly. So what I think I'm going to do is take that and make 5 green circuit arrays just to feed those 2 blue circuit factories. And then on top of that, we'll have 2 red circuit factories, because we'll need to have a total of 3.5 belts of red circuits. So we'll split that into 2, and that'll require another 3 green circuit factories going to those 2. And what I plan on doing is having, those 3 green circuit factories, having 2 green circuit trains coming out of each one, so that both green circuit factories, or all 3 green circuit factories, are each feeding both red circuit factories. And then finally, we only actually need 1 green circuit factory dedicated to making enough green circuits for the level 1 modules of each kind. So that'll be a total of 9 green circuit factories. And then the red circuit factories, with 2 of those, we'll have 1 train from each going to each, like a train going from 1 red circuit factory to 1 blue circuit factory, and then a train from each red circuit factory coming back here to the module factory. So far, we need the 1 module factory, 2 blue circuit factories, 2 red circuit factories, and 9 green circuit factories. In order to provide enough plastic to red circuits, we need 2... Well, we don't need 2 plastic factory blocks, but we need more than 1, I believe. So I'm going to make 2 that are equal amounts. Yeah, we need like... Yeah, we need more than one. So I'm going to make two that make a decent amount, and we'll just connect them one-to-one to the red circuit factories. And then finally, we need one block making sulfuric acid. We just need a little bit for blue circuits. It's a ridiculously small amount. I mean, each blue circuit takes 5 sulfuric acid, which is nothing. Yes, and a partridge in a pear tree. We cannot forget that one. And then surprisingly, we need only one station making or processing oil. Now that's, once it's fully beaconed, fully moduled, we're talking about really only like 13 oil refineries. 5 cracking from heavy to light, 5 chemical plants, and then 16 chemical plants cracking from light to petroleum gas, and that's because of all the modules. The kind of funny thing with that is, that uses almost exactly one pipe full of crude oil. And it uses more than one pipe. Actually, it uses almost 2 pipes full of water for that whole factory. So that's going to be another thing. So if you add up all the factories that I listed, you come up with 18. But I was looking at what those green circuit factories look like, and they're actually going to be so small that I can put 2 of them in the same block. That means I need extra stations, but I could put 2 of those factories in the same block. And that's what I'm going to do. So if we look at what one of those green circuit factories looks like, and this is what we're going to do now for the rest of this stream, which is probably going to just be about another half hour or so. I think I'll probably end up ending at about 2 hours. Hopefully we'll launch another satellite before then. And then in the next few streams is we'll design some of these blocks and start and get them all built, and then we'll have to do some major mining and major smelting of iron and copper. By the way, we're going to switch to electric smelting for this, but just to kind of give you an idea on numbers, we're going to need over 9 full blue belts of iron ore, which is 540 miners at 0% productivity, which we're not at. So that number's off, but that number constantly changes, so it's tough to lock it down. And we're going to need 12.5 blue belts of copper ore. And that equates to be like 11 belts of iron plate and 15 belts of copper plate. So we're going to need to do a lot of smelting. And we'll get that material from, I think, probably down here to start with, maybe. And then go from there. I don't want to, get too far off track from the eastward movement here. But we also are going to need a lot of materials from out here for the final factory in this base. So I think it's worthwhile to come down here and pick up this stuff. And we'll probably pick up this coal for plastic. Speaking of that, for coal, we're going to need almost 2 full blue belts of coal just for plastic. So we'll probably pick up this one and this one and have them both available for whatever we need. And in the end, for the end base, we might do some coal liquefaction just so that we can burn through some coal, because we basically aren't doing coal power anymore. All that wood that I've been collecting, it's just still sitting here. Not one piece has been burned. So, yeah. Okay, so let's look at... I want to just kind of do a brief look at what one of these green circuit factories is going to look like. We'll just come down here and we get in my train. Yeah, get in my train. And then we'll head down to one of these open blocks. We'll use this one here because this one will eventually be a stone factory, perhaps. We'll just come down here and maybe we'll park over here on the side out of the way, because no train should really be using this outer edge here just yet. And we'll start looking at designs for some of these factories. I think I'm still summoning some beacons. Yes, I am. Okay, and then we'll go. Okay, so green circuits. Each one of these is going to make. Where's my number at? Is my number? Each one of these is going to make almost 2 full blue belts, which is basically like one train station, I should say. So when we do what is basically 2 full blue belts, that's 90 per second. We need 6 green circuit factories. I don't have any of the yellow ones. Let me summon some of the level 3s here. I'll lay it out with this. It'll be fine. Actually, let's cancel this request because we're not going to really need many more of these. So we'll have 6 of these, and they need to be provided to by copper plates, or copper wire rather. 7 copper wire to 6 green circuits. So I'm going to do those in a linear fashion. That should be 13. Yep. So it'll just be copper cable. Like that. Green circuits. Like this. Oh, I can't direct insert like that. I'm being dumb. Let's cancel that. Pick it up. We can't direct insert like that. And I also don't want to waste beacon power here a little bit, so we need to do a staggered method. No, we can't do a staggered method either. We need to do, I think, like this. And then put a box to handle the handoff. Oops. That one's fine. So if we did this and these, yeah, I think this will work. Oh, I need blue belts too. Okay, let's change our request here for blue belts. Do my usual 400, 100, and 50. Move this one up here. Apparently I have those now. Yep, some of them. We not? Oh, they're still in the way. Okay. So if I put a box here and I output the circuits or the wires into a box, and I don't want much in this box, maybe just a couple of stacks just as a buffer like this. And just for argument's sake, let's say that I'm going through here with blue belts, which we should get shortly. Blue belts can't reach that far, can they? Let's see. Oh, I know what I could do. I have an idea. Just look at what this looks like here. Ah, right. Can't do that. Gotta do it like this. No, how am I going to get... I'm going to get the copper in here. I want to do this with... I need to do this without bots. Let's see, 1, 2... What if we did something different? What if I brought it in out of the side? That'll reach for a blue belt. It's not quite long enough for a red belt, but it'll reach for... Actually, I shouldn't do it there. I should do it here. That'll reach for a blue belt. And then that'll reach for, say, iron. No, that won't work either. I want to move these down there and replace them with the blue belts stuff. Dang it. Have those yet. Go. Dang. My clicking is all thrown off here. Hey, Bewitch. Welcome to the stream. Trying to come up with a way to do this without wasting beacon positioning. If I can. Oh, wait, I know how to do this. I'm insane. Well, y'all knew that already. Every other one. Every other one of these belts will be iron, and every other one will be green circuits. Because we only need... Now we can do this. Because we only need one on either side. Two green circuit factories only need a half a belt of iron anyway, and they produce just over half a belt of green circuits. So I can just do it that way. That's handy. And this can come in. Maybe I'll do it a little bit mirrored. Doesn't really matter. No, maybe I won't. Kind of dumb. And then this will pick up the copper from there. Nope, that can't work. Dang it. We needed a total of 44.1 factories making green circuits. I'm dividing that into 9, so it's really only 5. Okay, this will make my life a bit easier. Instead of trying to share... Let's just make it 1-to-1. I'll do 6 and 6, and it just will be a little bit starved on the green circuit. But we only need 5 anyway, so that's even better. I think. Yeah. Yep, that's better because I can bring in iron like this. I can bring in copper like this, and I can take out green circuits like this. Okay, so green circuits goes there. So really, I could direct insert these, but I can't because I don't want the space. So we'll just keep this, and actually I'm going to knock this down to 1 box now. Anything more than a stack's not really necessary. And then these belts will all get merged in out here on some sort of a bus. Let's see. We need... We'll actually have to do this. We need 2 belts of each material. So we'll have to have some sort of a creative bus out here to handle that. But this would be like a unit then. And I can just copy this unit like this right there. So let's think about this way this bus system would work. Each material needs to have 2 belts. This would be copper, so copper would come in like this. No, copper would split and then go in like that. This would be iron. This is copper coming through. This would be iron coming in. So this needs to be pulled back 1. Iron coming in here. And then iron going through. And then this would be green circuits coming out. And needs to merge in like this here. Green circuits coming out there. So the iron needs to go past. And then these all need to go past. Maybe I should put the green circuits on the other side of the array. Can I get more space? I don't want 3 belts together. That's the potential problem here. Or is it just that it's just the... Okay, it's just the order the stuff's in. This all needs to move out 2 more spaces. And then... this would be green circuits here, so bypass there, bypass there. And then this one would come out and merge in there. Oops. Like that. And then... this one's going to bypass like this. Nope, it's got to go back 1 more. There. This one's going to bypass like... Nope, that doesn't work either. Alright, it's just going to have to go... Oh, I know what I can do. I have a better idea. Let's go back to putting green circuits on the outside. And go under. And then... let's see. This would be the green circuit belts. Oh, I know what I can do. I can just merge them out here. Here. And then this one can go... Oopsie. You can go under like this. You can go under like that. And it just merges into the outer belt instead of the inner belt. That works fine. I think. This comes back 1 more. And then... this stuff happens again. I might have some balancer kind of action going on here. Eventually. and then this one comes out. Again. Like this. So a good place for balancers would be right across here. Let's do that. The copper is always going to shift left so that there's as much as possible in this belt to go into here. We don't need to output priority this, though, because it doesn't... One of these... One green circuit factory only needs less than half a belt, like a third of a belt of each. So that'll be fine. Iron is also going to shift right. And green circuits are going to shift right. No, sorry, left. Left for all three. My right, belt left. So what that does is that brings in 2 belts of each material, copper and iron. They get sent into these factories. So the balancer should be also here. Oops. Nope, get out of there. Oops. Pick that up. Balancer should also be there. And then up here will be something different going on. But so 2 belts of copper come in. It gets forced into this first, or goes down here, comes through, gets shifted inward, and then splits again. Iron, the same kind of thing happens. Some of it goes here, and then it gets forced inward, and bypasses, and then happens again and again and again. And then the green circuits are empty here, coming in here. And then they come out of the machine and get merged in here. And then they get shifted to the inner belt so they can keep going. I think that works out perfect. No, because the green circuits are coming out of the machines into the right belt, so they need to shift to the left belt as the belts flow. Because that's the one that's the bypass belt. Because they're getting merged in on this one. So this one needs to be emptied as much as possible for each subsequent thing. Each subsequent addition. But I think that's right-ish. Okay, so that's 2. So let's copy... Good lord. This is going to be... Well, let's see. I have something here. That complete? Yes. That's 3, 4, 5. Then I want to copy from here to here. And then just paste those down. And then this last one just needs to be figured out because there's none of this. None of this. The copper can go... Well, the copper's actually done at this point. The copper's done here. And we don't need it here. The iron is done here. This one's garbage. And this one... garbage. Okay. And then this green circuit comes out and merges in. And then that's just the 2 belts coming out of that. We don't need to... Well, I guess we could put a single splitter there just to share everything. If you wanted. Hold on. I just thought of something that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. These aren't coming out balanced. They're only coming out on one side of the lane on the green circuit. So we need to have a lane balancer here before anything else. So this entire thing needs to get moved outward, but I'll do that in a moment. Okay, that's a bypass, and then we merge those together. That's fine, that's fine. Let's look at this end up here. Green circuits first comes in right here, so we don't need anything behind it. And this first one I might as well just put on the inner belt, because why not? And then everything else should be the same-ish, I think. Yeah. Everything else should be the same. So that'll end up being one full green circuit factory. And conveniently, it fits perfectly between two roboports. Not perfectly, but perfectly enough between two roboports. So that means that I can definitely have a second one, say, down here, that's fed by another station on this side of the block. Hello, bots. The only problem with this whole thing is, I wish I would have done it in the other direction. Maybe I can reverse that off camera. The reason being in the afterthought here is, if the station looks like this, obviously we don't need this many stations. We need fuel in. We need one station of each material, so we can chop off two whole stations here. But the reason being that I would rather have the input stuff coming in from the bottom of the station, coming in down here, and then into this array, and having the green circuits coming out on the top, because then they could just go into the side of that last station, as opposed to having the input products coming out the top where the fuel is for the engines and everything. That's just a little bit hectic. So I'm going to reverse the direction of this whole thing, which might be a problem. Yes, it will be a problem. But I think it's a resolvable problem. And I can't just rotate it because then it puts everything on this side, and I want it on this side. So I think the way to resolve it would be to swap which copper maker is linked to which green circuit maker here. Yeah, okay. That's going to be some work to resolve, so I will resolve that off camera. And I'll show you guys in the next stream. Yeah, that would be nice. But with a lot of machines like chemical plants and oil refineries, it's not that easy. So I guess this could be simplified here too, but I'll leave it there. But the one thing that I did say that I wanted to do is take this completely out here. I ran out of nanobots. I'm not requesting nanobots. Not that I will need them for much longer, but for now at least. This needs to go here. Which means that I'm now off by 1. I'll do this. And then that. Just to side balance that belt. Or that belt coming out. Because that'll be all on the right side of the belt coming out of there. Due to the way the inserter is. And then I'll repeat that down here. Like that. And without the nanobots, I can't build it. But that'll be a green circuit array. So, just for a little bit more fun, let's look at a red circuit array. So for this entire base, we need 3.4 belts of red circuits, which is just under 100 and just under 118 machines making red circuits. So we'll call that 120, just for just to make everything kind of equal and balanced. And that'll be exactly 3.5 belts worth of stuff. Good, there we go. Build. 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 Okay, so I'll reverse that, but that's fine. So this red circuit array is going to be a little bit different. For the 120 red circuit machines, we only need 14.3 copper cable machines. Actually, I could have made this simpler, couldn't I have? I could have just done a side-loaded balancer, a side-loaded splitter. This will be fine. So 120 divided by 14.3 is just over 8 machines making red circuits to every 1 machine making copper cable. That means I'm going to do it 1 to 8. So for the 120 machines making red circuits, I need 15 making copper cable. Take that out, put in these ones. Let's look at what one of those blocks would look like. Let's see, 15? No. Oh, 8, sorry, 1 to 8. So this will be copper cable. And I think I can get away with this. Four, 6, 8. We put beacons down here someplace. Maybe there. I want to get these placed before I forget about them and then don't design around it. There. And those are square. Good. So we'll have a belt of copper cable coming in, or copper plates rather coming in. 1 belt? Yes. Well, technically 0.3 belts. And then we need 0.7 belts. Maybe this needs to go differently then. Maybe this needs to go like this. Because we need 0.7 belts of copper cable. Which means we need to output this stuff a bit differently here. Maybe not on that side. Maybe on this side. And then have this one be like this, which means that's got to be turned inward like that. Well, actually, we only need 1 inserter here if we have 2 outserters here, like this. Ooh, good. Oh, plastic and green circuits can share a belt, so they can come in something like this. And then I need to figure out how to get the red circuits out, which I'm going to do just by doing this. Okay, so copper cable in. And then red circuits go out. Oh, can I do this? No. I have to do it like this. And then merge them out here. Like that. What do you think about that? I could do this. I could do it up too. It doesn't matter which direction this goes. In the end, this is producing 0.3 red belts, just over 10 green circuits per second. So actually, this could all just come out on one side of the belt, and then get merged with another array. Oh. Wait a minute. Can I do this any better? If I used belt weaving, I could do this better. Let's do belt weaving. Will you reach that far? You will. You won't reach there, though, but I can do this here and get another one of those in, then get out there. That's even better. I like it. And then this can just be a regular belt here. That way I can also, one of the other things that I was thinking of with this is that way I can put two of these right up next to each other. And that just gave me another crazy thought. Instead of making one of these green circuit arrays up here and one of them down here, I can make them directly next to each other with one of these buses going up and down each side and save on beacons and speed modules. That's a good plan. I like that plan. Okay, so this is one red circuit line. In each... Let's see here, hold on a second. We needed, what do we need? 118 machines. 118. The next least common multiple, or with the whatever of that, is 120. But that's 15 of these arrays, and I want 2, so we're going to do... Actually, we're going to over-allocate red circuits. But all I'm going to do for red circuits here is just this. Copy, paste, 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 and each one of these blocks will have 8. I'm thinking here. Hold on a second. No. Yes. Yes. Each one of these blocks will have 8 of these. Which would be 64, so that'd be 128 total machines. So we'll be overproducing a little bit, but each block will have 8 of these such arrays. Actually, slightly different here. Can I move? Okay, that's as far as that goes. This one can go here then. And then that one can come in instead right here next to it. And then I don't have to worry about this underground, rather. There we go. That's even better. I like it. You know what? I'm going to make this a red belt just so it doesn't drive me crazy, seeing it going in the wrong direction but being a blue belt. Okay, that's red circuit. That's what one unit of a red circuit block is going to look like. Man, we're zooming through this. But I'm actually going to finish the zoom here. So we have a green circuit array that I'm going to tweak a little bit after the stream, just to make it a little better aligning with the station positioning. And then and we'll have this red circuit array here as well. Let me see if there's anyone live we can raid, or anyone who wants to go live. Oh, Eris is live. Excellent. We will raid Eris. Alrighty, so that's it for today. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you all tomorrow for the usual Sunday evening co-op shenanigans, I assume. Alright, let's see. Eris is live. She's playing Garden Paws. Alright, so thank you all for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.